What's something that you like, but hate the fan base? Reddit culture can be annoying to me a lot of times. Doctor Who and Sherlock. I used to really casually enjoy these things, but the amount of weirdness around people who are obsessed with the two of these things turned me off of it quite a bit. Rick and Morty. I love the show, but some of the fans are really weird. I actively avoided watching the show for a long time because of how stupid their fanbase came across. When I finally did, it became one of my all-time favorites. You're just not gonna catch me squirming on a McDonald's floor yelling about Szechuan sauce. Magic the Gathering. The stigmas behind what people imagine a Magic player to be bothers me. The general player probably hates something in the game I genuinely enjoy, and the people I've played with outside my family have ruined me wanting to support my local game store because I don't want to deal with the other people that play. If you spend enough time in a fanbase, eventually you'll hate it, so all of them. The Nightmare Before Christmas, and other Tim Burton-esque films. This fan base was larger back in the early 2000s when the emo platforms of old were prolific with fanfic posts and badly drawn art and low-res screenshots pasted with animated glitter love heart stickers. Nowadays it's not so prominently featured on social medias, but I know more than a fair few full-grown adults that still fawn over Jack Skellington and Sally in the most cringe-worthy ways. Beyoncé. I think her music is good and she is a very talented singer, but her fan base, the Beehive, is way too rabid. Weirdly enough for me it's the WWE. Especially with Raw and SmackDown right now. It seems that majority of the fan base want everyone to be over and no one to be over at the same time. I really just want to watch some super freak humans throw each other through tables. That's what I'm about. 21 Pilots and Rick and Morty oof. The quippy nature of Reddit is starting to get on my nerves. Someone can post a comment about something semi-serious and 80% of the time below it there's going to be a pun or some comment trying really hard to be funny which has more points than the original comment and a whole bunch of rewards. I rarely find them funny and I'm guessing people just upvote for the sake of it being a pun. Nirvana. Not the whole fan base, but primarily the ones who say you have to hate the popular songs and love the Loki ones, as well as the ones who talk about it like they're the last good band to ever exist. The ones who glorify Cobain's suicide also get on my nerves. Tom Holland. I don't hate the fan base, but some fans are a bit creepy. I like Tom Holland's acting, he's a good actor, and I am a fan, but sometimes I get creeped out by his fans. Like I'll make an occasional joke but talking about him constantly is kind of creepy. Or following him around and taking pictures of him, when you're not paparazzi, and constantly knowing where he is. Like that's super stalker why. I know that he's a young actor that's in a lot of popular movies, but don't stalk him. It's straight up creepy. Now I'm a target for a bunch of preteen/teenage girls. Fun. Friends. Some of the fans consider it the pinnacle of TV shows and some of them just go berserk on people who don't share their opinion. It amazes me how almost any fan base will have a toxic side. Even just scrolling through the Instagram of a singer or actor I like, it's full of self-proclaimed fans being incredibly rude to the person they're a fan of. Like this person will post a picture of them traveling or being with friends and family, and the comments are full of criticism towards their appearance or lifestyle, or some will straight up say, "We don't care, we want a new album." Like, let them live. You're supposed to be a fan. Really makes me wonder what these people are like in real life, and how they treat their friends and family. Everything. People are real good at ruining everything. Homestuck and Undertale. They've definitely gotten better, but I was into those two when the fan base had reached its worst. I actually really like CW shows. I know they're stupid and they're completely unrealistic, over the top, and obnoxious. But they are so good for just escaping reality. The fans drive me nuts. It's a TV show, not a cult. Let's just enjoy it and move on. Harry Potter. I said this before but I loved the books and movies growing up and they were a big part of my youth, but the community can be pretty intense, especially when they're treating houses like they are zodiac signs. Undertale and Deltarune. Both are fantastic games. But I can only take so many comic fandubs, AMVs, fan-made spin-offs, and crack pairings until I want to foist a tomahawk through my primary motor cortex. r/Askreddit. K-pop. A few years ago, my friends introduced it to me and I thought the music wasn't terrible, so I slowly became a fan of random music from different groups. Many fans of these K-pop groups are toxic and like to start fan wars with other groups. It's way too much drama, but I'm not trying to go against all the fans. It's just that some of these PPL are way too obsessed. The band Tool. Their fans are called Toolibans for a reason. League of Legends. Seriously, can't get a game without someone flaming. I'm not sure if this counts, but Tesla. I love their technology and what they are doing for the automotive sector, but they are not without fault. But don't tell that to their hardcore fans. Most anime. Not all, but I know so many MCU fans who are cringy AF. Just can't stand the posts they spam. I love the movies though. Supernatural. Great show with likable characters, but it seems like all the people that watch it are wannabe emo or the kids that weren't cool enough to join the anime groups. Oh god, I dated a girl who was so into Hamilton that she would visit musicology sites that picked apart every line for hidden meanings. She made me watch it and I think she was disappointed that my fave character was King George III because he made me laugh. K-pop. Anime. Every time I find one that I like, I mention it to other people and then they feel the need to shit on whatever I'm watching and say I should watch something else because it's better. The Teachings of Jesus. The band Queen. On any YouTube video where anyone discusses a band or song they like that's not Queen, there will be comments about how Queen is the best band, and how Freddie Mercury is a messiah or a god, and how every other singer should blow him. And when someone discusses a Queen song and expresses criticism, there are fans who act like it's a personal attack on them and get way too defensive. They're just annoying. Supreme. I think some of their stuff, North Face jackets, decks, collabs, non-heavily branded stuff, is pretty cool. But the majority fan base, rice gum and 12-year-olds, is horrendous. I like Apple products, but I hate hearing over-excessive praise or hate for them. This is just a computer/phone/whatever I like, just let me use it in peace, goddamn. Steven Universe. The show is pretty great, /r/Steven Universe is great. The fan base as a whole isn't great. Ruby. r/Ruby can be hell on earth. National parks. Most of the people who go there are loud, obnoxious, litter everywhere, demand special treatment, act like idiots, get a picture of me between the mama bear and her cubs. I'm going to pet that moose. Look. A buffalo. I'm going to slam on the brakes. They whined so much they had to put cell towers in the back country of Yellowstone because too many people were whining that they couldn't post selfies to Instagram. BTS, some people just can't go 1 minute without bringing it up. I like Markiplier for his videos and ideas and sometimes the games he plays. My fiancé is also a huge fan, but after buying tickets to his You're Welcome tour, I never realized how much I dislike the majority of his fan base. There was just a sea of multicolored hair and nose rings/tattoos. They all dressed similarly and many were incredibly young. I don't mind any of that on its own, but some of the fangirling/fanboying reactions were downright obnoxious. It was obsessive and excessive. Just things like the fans flaunting how much they know about Mark in casual conversation like, oh yeah, Mark is definitely into insert generic thing here. I remember him mentioning that in August of 2012 during his Let's Play. Then someone else would say something similar, and it got to points where it got a little creepy with how much trivia they knew about him. And it seemed like they never knew how to end a conversation with us and would just keep talking to us about Markiplier even though we obviously indicated that we, A, did not know nearly as much about him, and B, wanted to talk about other interests and hobbies as we waited in line for the show. Reggae music. Can a guy like reggae without being associated with stoners? The fan base completely ruined FNAF for me. I like the games themselves, but my goodness is the fan base bad. Undertale has a pretty nasty one too that I am guilty of being part of in the past. I'll forever love that game, but the fan base is the worst. Joe Rogan's podcast. The Lakers. There are idiots in any fan base, but there are just so many Laker fans that by volume, there are more loud idiots than pretty much every other fan base. Billie Eilish. Her music is great, but 90% of her fans are Fjallraven wielding, TikTok obsessed 14-year girls. Super Smash Bros. Amazing game, but a large amount of people in the Smash community are so damn toxic. The Witcher games. I love the games, but its fanbase is so circle jerky and annoying that I had to stop visiting the sub. I've seen people get downvoted heavy because they liked other games more than The Witcher 3. Also, some of the comments that I saw regarding the Netflix casting were disgusting. CrossFit. The groups are almost cult-like and many try to have you buy their off-brand stuff. Reebok and Paleo Food for one. Some of the dumbest and most elitist athletes I have ever met were CrossFitters. Also, functional fitness? Like, how does jumping on a box higher than your knees translate into functionality? Show me one peer-reviewed paper. I like Olympic weightlifting. I just don't like doing it in the context of CrossFit. Remember when Reddit couldn't not talk about Keanu Reeves and then a bunch of Redditors harassed a child for not knowing who he was? Keanu Reeves gets my vote. The COD fanbase. Most of them. Musical theater. I was raised on Phantom of the Opera, Les Mis, Cats, Fiddler on the Roof, etc. I love everything about it except the foaming at the mouth theater freaks who make liking Hamilton their entire personality and pretty much suck the fun out of it for everyone else.